I guess, is all of your stuff custom?
It is.
So everything is custom. So
Yes.
you're not. So they don't come to your store and buy something and have to cut it off because it's
Oh, no.
2 inches too long and 6 feet too long and too wide and.
One of the things I hate more than anything, and I had to do this not too long ago, is you buy them stinking blinds from whoever, and of course you have to measure and you have to have them cut, because they never fit. But the thing I hate is they're always like that much too long.
I know. And then what do you do with all that?
And
stuff?
I have to go through and cut them off, and I hate doing that. I absolutely hate that.
You know what? I'll tell on myself here. The last time we hung some blinds up in our house, and like you, I had I don't know, 10 or 15 too many slats on that thing. I don't know what the deal was. I'm not sure what we bought, but it obviously was not right for our window. But anyway, we got home and Paul got it all put up and everything. I'm like, holy cow, I got all this extra stuff. So I thought, well, this can't be that complicated. So I'm looking at the little instruction thing and I'm clipping stuff. Oh yeah, guess what I clipped?
The wrong
thing that pulls the shade up and down. I mean, I totally just wrecked that shade. Yeah. But it's still there because I was so annoyed. I thought, you know what? I'm not going to go through this again. I'm just not going to do it again. So we can't be the only ones that have this problem, Mark.
No.
I mean, it's just, and it can be a very frustrating experience, I think, for people sometimes, because if you go to someone who doesn't do a custom fit for you, and I don't care, they can say this fits this window, this size and this size. Yeah, maybe it doesn't, maybe it doesn't. You just never know, because I don't think windows are an exact measurement. There's always a little bit of differentiation in the windows.
Right.
So I don't know. I just think that maybe the money we spent on that blind that I absolutely destroyed when we first hung it up, I probably would have been much better off to go to someone like you guys and have it done right the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I think people are afraid of the word custom, that they're more expensive, and they're really not. We have anything from economy to a very high-end product. So that's the other question, what's your budget?
Okay,
And
so
we can typically fit within your budget. And our in-home consultations are free.
Okay. So if someone is needing some sort of window covering and they really don't know which direction to go, what they want, what they need to do, they can just give you guys a call.
Correct.
Set up a time, you'll come to their home, visit with them about, and I would imagine you can match whatever decor they're trying to do as well.
And we have a van full of products to show them.
Oh, so when you come, you bring
it to them.
Oh my goodness, that's even better.
Oh yeah.
Because the other thing that's really hard, I think, is to look through a catalog. Oh my gosh, really? I don't know what color that's going to look like when it gets here. I don't know. I want to touch it, feel it, see it, hold it up to the window, see if it goes with the paint or whatever the heck I'm doing. And so, wow. See, now to me, I think that's worth a lot, is to be able to actually see the actual product, and then you can make a more intelligent decision as to what you want to do at that point. So okay, let's just go ahead and give out your number so that people can jot it down if they are needing your type of service. And where can they reach you guys if they want to give you a call?
Our number is 417-823-3940.
And you're located right here in Springfield.
Yes.
Correct? And do you have a website as well? Or?
Yes, we do. It is www.budgetblinds.com. And that'll take you to the main website. And up in the far right corner, you can enter in your zip code. Okay. And that will take you to the franchise owner within the area code. And you can just give us a call, or actually call with questions, too. We've helped a lot of people over the phone. But we would personally like to actually come to your home and physically measure the windows before we are able to give you pricing, because there may be mounting situations that we just want to clarify and make sure it's a safe mounting location.
See, I would like for someone else to measure my windows besides me, too. I always have issues with those. I don't know what the deal is, but...
And your website's very easy to get to, because I sat here and did it just before you gave that out. I found you on here, typed in our zip code, and bam, there you are. So it's easy to find.
That's right. So. And speaking of easy to find, you can give us a call here at the station.
That's just what I was getting ready to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've worked together too long. We're thinking alike.
We have. Go ahead, Mary. Do the honors.
Okay. If you want to give us a call and ask these ladies a question, or if you want to have a question for me or Mark, you can reach us at 862-9977 or 1-800-375-0056. Free call. Free call from anywhere.
That's right. No excuse.
That's right. And I know there's got to be more people besides me that have window dressing issues, because I really, really struggle with that. And so the fact that you can bring samples to the people's home, let them look at the samples, the colors. Do you do that with rugs too?
Well, at this point, we have a few samples to show, but we do have a catalog of the area rugs that we can have the customer view.
Do you have more samples inside your store then, or of rugs and stuff, or?
Yes, we do.
Okay, because see, rugs is another thing that I struggle with, because it's so hard when you are in a store and you're looking at, and the lighting is different than it is in your house, and it's hard to try and figure out, is this color going to go with my furniture, my floors, my paint, my lighting situation, all that. I can't tell you how many rugs I've bought and taken back, and that's just so annoying. It's just so I just think, excuse me, I think that to be able to come and actually, touch and feel things. I'm looking for oval rugs. I have the hardest time. I haven't found one I like yet. But I haven't been to your store.
Well, we can come to you.
So maybe I need to do that here shortly, because I just ordered one again the other day and just sent it back to you because it didn't work either. So I'm like, I'm done with ordering rugs. I'm just done.
Maybe you're just too picky, Mary.
That could be too. But I just want what I want. But
did you ever ask Paul if he liked it or not? Is he like me and says, yeah, it looks pretty good?
Oh, no. This one came in. He goes, that will not work.
Oh, so if he says, okay, that's all right then.
No, it was that far off.
Wow.
I mean, he was like, no, Mary.
Yeah. Well, we actually got a caller holding on, and let's go and talk to Tom in Laclede County. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, good morning, folks. Mark, I got a couple of questions for you.
Okay.
Vermiculite.
Okay.
What is that?
I've heard of vermiculite since I was a kid, and I could not tell you what it is.
Okay, well, I've been told to, I'm in the process of kind of putting together a little stove, and they said to use vermiculite in between the actually burning chamber and the outside shell.
Well, I think vermiculite is a it's kind of like an asbestos type material. I think
is it an insulator type?
It's an insulator type that's non-flammable, that won't burn. It's to my understanding, but I don't know that for 100%. I've always heard the term, and I never really checked to see what it was.
It rings in my mind that don't they use that in gardens to hold moisture?
I think so.
Or am I thinking about something else?
No, I think you're right. I think they do. And I think it's been used in gardens, and it's used in insulation, concrete. I know they've used vermiculite in concrete, I think, as a insulating factor in concrete floors and different things. So I know it has several uses, and like you say, I know it's been used in the soil and gardening, because I think it does help hold the moisture. I think they even used it in ponds and stuff to if you got a pond or something that won't hold water real well, they use vermiculite to seal that. But, I'm going to check into that, and I'll let you know, or next week I'll try to have an answer more what the stuff is, because... Okay,
well, let me ask one more question. As with everybody, who has a garage, I've hung stuff on the walls and all that kind of stuff, and it's a finished garage. And so in the process of moving stuff and taking stuff down I wasn't using it anymore, I kind of made a mess out of that drywall. Okay, now, short of using a case of that patch stuff, what is the easiest way to get that patched back up and then blend in the new stuff I'm putting on the wall with the existing texture of the wall?
Well, the best way is, your walls textured now, or are they just smooth?
Yeah, they're textured now. I want to match that.
Okay. There actually is a product that you can go to, usually any of your hardware stores and get. It actually comes in a can, and it is different textures, just like the drywall texture, that the drywall guys use. It's a can will cover a couple square foot. So if you just have some small areas that you're patching, if you got to be really careful because it comes out fast and heavy, and so it may take a time or two to get used to it. But you can pretty much go right back to that same texture. Now it depends what it is. You may have to spray it on and take a trowel or something and knock it down after it, and it'll tell all that on the can to achieve the different type of texture that you want. But there's about 3 or 4 different styles that you can get depending on what kind of texture you have, and it works good. My drywaller for real small jobs, patch jobs, he uses it all the time, and you cannot tell it from the texture he mixes it and sprays out of his gun. It's $8 or $10 for a can of it, and it works.
The texture of this wall is not a really identified swirl,
Mm-hmm.
but it's kind of a back and forth, up and down type,
Right.
little bumps and crevices in it.
Mm-hmm. Right. And it could be that you have to, depending on what type of texture it is, it may be that you have to get a little container of light mud, and you may have to, and they make different tools to put different textures on the wall. You may have to go that direction, but most of the time you can find it in that can. It'll spray it right on, then you take and tool it to whatever you need.
Oh, okay. That sounds simple, but then I've been known to really mess up simple solutions.
Well, I'm pretty easy at messing up simple things, but fella never knows till he tries.
Yeah. Okay, thank you folks very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. And I will have an answer on that vermiculite because I do want to find out more
I have
about
heard that term a lot too, and I
Oh,
thought
yeah.
it was some sort of an insulation type
It is,
product. Yeah, but I don't know what it looks like because it's used in so many different applications. I
Yeah.
don't know
We'll find
if
out.
it's I don't know.
We'll
You
find
never know
out.
what you're going to learn on this show.
That's true. And
I
we
did not-
learn. We learn all the time.
I did not know you could get spray texture in a can.
Absolutely.
That's incredible to me.
For small jobs, and it's made if you got wall texture or ceiling texture, either one. You can even still get the old popcorn style ceiling texture in the can.
Oh my goodness. Why?
And it works. It works, but you have to be careful because when you hit that trigger, it comes out fast.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, well, something new. I did not know about
That's
that.
right.
Well, speaking of something new,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to get back to our blinds.
Okay.
Because I'm learning lots of new things today.
Me and you both.
But matter of fact, have you got all your blinds put up in your house?
Excuse me, yes.
You did. You got them all put up.
Don't have them all cut off yet, but they are up, yeah.
Okay, well, just don't cut that one little cord that
Oh,
makes
I've-
it not work at all.
I hate to even admit this, Mary, but you're not the only one that's done that. I have made that mistake before myself.
Yeah, I was real excited. I got all those slats off the bottom and got all that. And then you got to get all that stuff put back together
Put
and all
back
that stuff
together,
poked in
yeah.
there. Oh my gosh. And I was so proud of myself and went ready to raise it, and it did not do anything. And then pretty soon that loose cord fell on the floor out of the blinds. I was
Yeah.
like, oops.
Oops. That's right.
So then I had to go tell my husband, I said, I did it. But I also ruined the blind.
Really did it, yeah.
So yeah. So, like we say on this show, sometimes it's cheaper to have a professional do things.
And
Most of the time
most
it's
of the time
cheaper.
it
It's-
is.
Yeah,
It really is.
it is. So, and that's why I still have a broken blind because I already spent the money on it and it hasn't been there very long. I'm thinking, dang.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll get that taken care of here one of these days. Something else I noticed on your website, and my daughter has these, and I noticed that a lot of homes have these, are the arch windows. And I love those windows. They are absolutely gorgeous windows. But I also see a lot of them that have nothing over them. And I've heard people say, even like my daughter, she said, Mom, I don't know what to do with these windows. I don't know how to cover them so that it looks right. I don't know, do you leave the arch at the top open? Do you just put what do you do? And I'm like, I don't know. And I'll bet you guys do know, don't you? What do you do with those arch windows?
We do a lot of arched windows. You can do a sunburst type of light filtering, cellular shade, pleated shade. You can do an arch shutter. Anything that can have a template can have a covering. Some of them function, some of them don't.
Oh, okay. Okay, well that's neat. So you could have them where it would completely shut that window
Correct.
off if you wanted to. So or you could open it or have wow. Now that's neat, because I do know that my daughter still doesn't have anything over her window because I didn't know how to help her. I don't know anything about it, and she's not sure what to do. So that's something that she might, because it's in the front of her house, and her house faces a major street. That's where her living room and stuff's at. So sometimes at night when it's dark outside and the lights are on her house, you can just pretty much see right through the living room because it is a really large window, and she's been, trying to figure out what to do with it. But she doesn't want to just put anything up there, of course. She wants it to, look nice and go with her decor. So
Tinfoil.
Tinfoil?
Yeah, haven't you ever seen people put tinfoil over the...
Well, Mark, actually I have, but I'm I'm not sure that that's a decorator
I'm not sure these
type
ladies would approve
thing.
that. Yeah.
I don't. You probably don't do tinfoil, do you, over windows?
No.
No. Well, that's good. I don't think that would be a good idea. That's one of those do-it-yourself projects.
That's right. No doubt. So, but that always has been a problem. I know in new construction, we'll have people that moves into one of our new houses, and that they say, what do we do with this? Because we don't want to be laying there in bed and wham, the sun comes right through that thing and smack us right in the face every morning. Yeah. So what can we do? So it's good to know that there is, solutions to that problem.
Looks like we're up on a break. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back at you shortly. So come back at us, and we'll be back with some more home repairs and solutions.
Irritated, itchy skin? Winter means it's time for Gold Bond Anti-Itch Lotion. Dry, cracked skin? Get the quick fix. Chapped winter skin? Get the lasting fix. Gold Bond Anti-Itch Lotion with 2 proven itch fighters for relief that's fast and healing moisturizers for relief that lasts. Feel it working. Got a patchy skin itch or an eczema itch? Look for the healing seal. Gold Bond Medicated Anti-Itch Lotion. This winter, it's the quick fix for almost every itch. Find it in the first aid aisle. Use as directed.
Tune in this weekend at AM 560 KWTO for the Chuck Wooten Show. We take more calls in one morning than most shows take in a week. Find out why this Sunday starting at 6:30 a.m. for the Chuck Wooten Show. I'll be looking for your calls.
Here's news on the Ozarks News Network. A woman who admitted to embezzling money from Springfield Little Theater has been given a 5-year suspended sentence and ordered to pay $43,000 in restitution. Catherine Keller of Republic will spend 30 days in jail as a shock sentence. The thefts happened between 2008 and 2010. 7th District Congressman Billy Long has come out in support of Mitt Romney for the Republican presidential nomination. Long cites Romney's experience in the private sector as a big plus. The Missouri presidential primary is set for February 7th. And the Salvation Army has opened its cold weather shelter. The shelter at Kansas Expressway and Chestnut Expressway opens whenever the wind chill is 14 degrees or lower. For the Ozarks News Network, I'm Arlen Summers.
Mostly sunny and warmer today, high 32. Clear skies tonight, low 22 to 26. Mostly sunny and a mild start to the weekend tomorrow, high 47. Low tomorrow night, 27. Mostly sunny and a beautiful day again for Sunday, high 56. A shower is possible, otherwise mostly cloudy as you head back to work on Monday, high 59. We'll see a mix of clouds and sun on Tuesday, high 38. I'm AccuWeather's Jason Lord.
Well, I went down to the hardware store to see my old friend Bob. I said my roof it leaks, my rug's a mess, and my front door needs a new knob. I got squirrels in my attic, I got bats in my head. Well, Bob just leaned over the counter and he shook his head and said, "You need home repairs and solutions. Home repairs and solutions. They'll fix your windows, they'll fix your house, they'll even tell you how to get rid of a mouse. Home repairs and solutions."
And this is the Home and Repairs and Solutions show, sponsored by Spring Mountain Air and Heating, with hosts Mary Pearson and Mark Withers.
Good to be back.
Welcome back, everyone.
That's right.
This is usually when I ask Mark what he's got going on this weekend. Mark's a busy guy. He always has something going on.
I got lots of things going on.
I thought you might.
Well, our big GOBS organization, the Greater Ozarks Bluegrass Society. Tonight is our monthly jam and meeting, and starts at 7 o'clock out River Bluff Fellowship, which is out on Evans Road between 65 and Springfield Lake. And so we just all get together and play music and just have a big time. We break up in different groups, and everybody goes and plays and just a great time.
And this is where anyone who plays can come and join in.
Even if you listen and you like bluegrass and old time country music and stuff, well, you're welcome to come out, check us out, see what our organization is all about, and if you want to join, why, we'll definitely sign you up right there. It's like $15 for the year to join the organization, and we're working right now on a program for the Springfield Public Schools, an educational program for the music and stuff, and doing a lot of things. And also what's really cool is this year, I talked several times about the Convoy of Hope fundraiser we do every year. This will be our 6th one. And this year, Gobs is involved in that, and they're actually sponsoring a professional band out of Chicago. Special Consensus is going to be one of our bands that's coming
really
into
cool.
town and to play for the Convoy of Hope, which will be March the 3rd, and we're going to do it out at River Bluff Fellowship also. So anyhow, Gobs is a great organization, and we do. I'm the vice president, and we do try to do all kinds of neat things to further the music and educate people. But if you like to listen, why, hey, you're welcome to come and listen and join up. And
Sounds like a fun time.
Yeah, so we'll be doing that tonight, and then tomorrow night I'm in Willow Springs, Missouri. There's a little campground just past Willow Springs on 60 Highway, and they have a little theater there. And so I'll be down there, me and a gentleman named Larry Teague, which Larry has played bass in my band for years and years, and so Larry and I will be down there tomorrow night at Willow Springs playing a little music.
I'm guessing that's an indoor little theater.
It is an indoor little theater.
Because when you're saying campground and little theater, sometimes someone might have the impression that's an outside theater.
No, it is inside.
It is inside.
It has heat.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good because
So-
you're going to need some later.
Yep.
In the
that's
evening,
right.
so.
I got a feeling we will, but so yeah, we'll be doing that tomorrow night, and so that's always a lot of fun, and so I just got all kinds of things.
You bet.
happening.
Yeah, so I mean, if you don't have anything to do this evening, what a great place to go and be inside and have a good time and
Have a
listen
good
to some
time.
great music and
Let's do some music and check us out. We'll have anywhere from 50 to 60 musicians to maybe 80, 90, and like I say, everybody just breaks off in little separate groups and goes and plays. So you'll hear, and it don't matter if you're a beginner, if you've never played, you're trying to learn. It's a great place to come and watch other people. We have some people that comes that's pretty much on a professional level, and everybody just gets together and just has a good time. So
sounds like a great time.
Yeah, it is. It's if you like music, you're going to hear some traditional bluegrass. You're going to hear some progressive bluegrass. You're going to hear a little more maybe jazz-oriented bluegrass. Different things, and there's all types and varieties. So.
Well, I think that I was talking to Paul. One of these days, I'm going to come to one of your concerts or one of your GOBSA meetings or something because I really want to hear your band and listen and see what you guys do.
Love to have you.
The problem is Paul and I are busy like you most of the time, so it's hard to try and fit that in. But that's one of the things that's on our bucket list, I guess, for this year. For this year is we're going to come out and to one of your activities and and see what's going on. So
we would love that.
I'm not going to make it tonight, but I promise you we're gonna make it to one here pretty soon.
Okay.
So it'll be fun. Yeah.
Yeah. So, we got a caller. We got Karen in Ozark holding on. Go ahead, Karen.
Hi, guys. I needed to ask the ladies that you've got there today a question about a window that I've got and see pick their brain a little bit of what I need to do for it.
Okay, go right ahead, Karen.
I've got a triple window on the west side of my house, and it's 3 3-0 windows in a row with a big arch on it. And, of course, on the west side, the sun comes in. It is, what are they called? It is insulated, and they do have just a little bit of a tint. But I can't screw anything into the window itself to, like, hold a blind or hold a curtain rod or anything like that to dull the heat and the sun coming in. Do they have any suggestions?
Yeah, are you talking about for the arch?
Yes, for the arch and for the window itself, because there's a lot of heat comes through there, and the sun shines right on our TV screen.
And being so wide, I've run into this problem. I think what you're talking about, Karen, is the fact it's so wide, you can't put any kind of support because there's nothing to screw a support to there to hold a curtain or anything.
Right, because
Yeah.
if you do, then you void your warranty on
Yeah,
your window.
exactly. Yeah.
Probably the best solution if there is a Palladian shelf that can be installed to the sides if you were to use a arched pleated shade in the top part. It just depends on what you were purchasing for the bottom part. That will give the center some support because it's like a floating shelf and it's installed at the sides.
Okay.
Or a lot of times we'll just go up and over the entire window with decorative rod and a drapery.
I kind of hate to do that because it looks right out on a pasture land, and we're right on top of a hill. So I kind of like to have my window there to see it and be able to see out real easy.
You have room to stack drapery on the sides of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, then that is a possibility.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll give you guys a call and have you come out and look at it then.
We'd love to. Thank you.
All righty. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Karen.
Yeah.
I said, thanks, Karen.
Oh, you're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That's my friend Karen, by the way.
Oh, is it?
I just recognized your voice. I'm like, oh, that's my friend Karen.
your
And
friend
she's one of the
Karen.
people that I was thinking about that has this big window. And it's like, what do I do? I'm like, I don't know. So now she knows.
Yeah. And so how can folks get a hold of you one more time? Phone number?
The phone number is 417-823-3940.
So there you go. There's her solution right there.
That's right. Well, I'm glad she called. I'm glad she was listening. Because she was the one I was I was thinking about her and my daughter both. But yeah, her window is really big. She's got a gorgeous view. So I can see her not wanting to put a curtain over it and completely cover it up.
Sure.
But I've been there when she's talking about that sun coming through. It will cook you on that couch.
Oh,
It
I
gets
bet.
hot
I
sitting
bet.
there. So great.
Yeah.
There you go.
862-9977, 1-800-375-0056 is our number if you'd like to call in. Got a question for us? We'd love to talk to you. You know, I've seen that happen so many times because a lot of times in our bigger houses that we build, we'll put a real wide window in. And, you know, they're all, you know, you may have 9 feet and you can't put a blind in there because there's nothing to attach it to. And so it's kind of like, what do you do? And so we run into that quite a bit because there's no support in the middle. If you don't have support, it's going to sag. And I didn't know if there was a curtain rod that you could get to be rigid enough to support drapes over that. And as far as blinds go, I didn't know what you could do as far as putting blinds up.
Well, the shelf I was talking about has dowels on each side, like a floating shelf. You wouldn't want to put a faux wood blind in there, but it probably would support a 2-inch blind.
Okay. Well, great. So.
I didn't think there was anything that would work in that window because it's so big. So, well, that's neat.
Yep.
Something else that we were kind of talking about at the break, and that I don't really think about a lot, and I don't know why, but you have a lot of options as far as how you operate the blinds as well. You have I know that not too long ago they came out with the cords and stuff on blinds and different things, and some children were having some issues and different things with the cords on blinds and stuff. So you have a lot now that is, how do you operate them with a remote control?
Well, there's quite a bit of options. You have your standard cords, which is just the long cord. When you raise the shade, you have that excess cord. Now you can have the option to do cordless, which no cords whatsoever. You just raise and lower it by the bottom rail. And you also have a continuous cord system, which is very similar to a pulley system. And then you also have motorization where you have a remote.
There you go. You want options? There's just some options.
There's just some options right there.
That's for sure. Well, I guess would it depend on where the window's located, or does it matter? Like she was talking about sometimes having trouble mounting things over your window. You have to, if you don't have a good place to put a curtain rod or something. Do you have to have certain mounting applications for different types of those type of windows? If it's remote, does it have to have a different mounting system or something, or how does all that work?
It just depends on what you're choosing. The motors in blinds, the motor's located inside the headrail. It's big enough.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes you have to mount a battery pack outside of the headrail, which it's usually concealed behind it. Obviously in a new construction you can do a direct wire.
Oh, there we go. New construction.
Yeah, well, that's another thing I was going to bring up is you guys work with builders when on designing a home in that situation. I mean, you know, if we was going to do a custom house or even a spec house, if we come to you, brought the set of plans, and you'd look at it and say, well, here's what you need to do with this window, or no, you don't need to put that style of window there, you should put this one to make it more acceptable to blinds or whatever. I mean, do you guys do that kind of stuff?
Yes, we can do that. With the help of our vendors.
Sure.
They're, the knowledgeable people on the whole home automation that works for that.
So blinds could be designed right in the house. I mean, right to fit that house. And because most people, when they buy a house, that's the first thing they're going to do is they're going to put blinds up.
Blinds or curtains or something.
Or something.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. And a lot of times, like you said, if that's something you can kind of decide on what you want in the building process, then if you want to do remote, like she said, you could hardwire them. And how cool would that be?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
You can just do it during the construction process, and then then it's ready to go. But then you're not trying to retrofit something. So I think that's a great idea.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. What about skylights? Do you do blinds for skylights? I don't think a lot of people don't realize you can get a blind for a skylight.
Yes, we do. We've done several.
So it'd be nice if you had a skylight and you necessarily didn't want the sun shining right in on you. Get a blind for that.
What a good idea.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could even do anything with that. I thought you put the skylight in for the whole purpose of bringing more light in.
Well, you would, but there's times you might not want that light in.
Like if you have one in the bedroom or something, or
yeah, if you have one in the bedroom or a skylight in, say, you had a home theater situation, and during the daytime you're trying to watch a movie and the bright light shining in, that wouldn't be very much fun. So
that's
you
true.
Could shut your blind. So
there you go.
Yep.
Well, see, I don't have a home theater room, so I wasn't thinking in that area.
Home theater room.
No.
It's just a TV room in my house.
That's what it is in my house, too. Works fine.
TV room.
Works fine.
Yep, there you go. What about window tints? Do you do window tinting as far as to help save energy in a home?
It does say that we do on our website, but it is such an art. And with the window warranties, I have several people that I refer, local people here that
Right.
do take that on for me. I go ahead and measure it for them, and then they come out and do it because they've done it for years.
Right. Okay. But probably the best bet on a window, gosh, if you can get the windows now with the low E and the argon filled, they have a little bit of tint to them. That's probably your best option anyhow. But it's nice to know that you do have people to refer to do that.
Right.
So.
Do some of your blinds and some of your different coverings though aren't they? Do they have any kind of insulation factor with them as well?
They do. We have charts of what ones are the most insulating, and then it seems like there's a big swing here lately on solar shades, which there's been sort of a swing away from the tinting, just slight tinting, getting the solar shade so you have the warmth of the sun in the winter.
So what is a solar shade? What does that mean?
It is a shade that you can actually see through different degrees, like a 3, 5, 15, or 20% view through. But for example, a 3% will cut 97% of the UV glare from your home.
But you can still see through it.
You can still see through it.
Oh, cool. Now that's a neat idea. Now that'd be a great idea for like a sunroom or something, I would think, where you have lots of windows and you want to see, but maybe you want to diffract some of that heat. Yeah, sure. And that would, wow, that's a neat idea.
Yes, it is.
There's so many new products out anymore. Yeah. It's just fun to go and see what's new and to kind of look around and stuff. Which brings me up to something. Do you guys do the home show?
Yes, we do.
Well, that's coming. When is that? That's coming up February. Is it? No. When is it?
Through the 29th.
Yeah.
January 27th.
Oh,
Yep.
oh, January.
Yep, about 2 weeks away.
Oh, okay. So you guys will have a booth out there and some examples and samples and stuff.
Yes, we will.
Well, great. Well, there you go. It's always fun to go to the home show.
I love going to the home
like
show.
To see all the new stuff and meet people and do all that kind of thing. And
yeah. When I worked for Herman Lumber for about 8 or 9 years, it kind of got poked off on me to be in charge of the home show booth. And I always loved it. There are so many things that you can find out there that you're like, wow, I didn't know that exists. And so, yeah, it's really a neat place to go if you're thinking about especially if you're thinking about building or remodeling, well, you definitely want to go to the home show and go prepared to spend, a few hours there.
Oh yeah,
look at
because
everything.
it's
yeah,
big.
Yeah, it is, and it's really neat deal. I've always enjoyed going to the home show.
We did the home show for years and years and years, and it did really well for us. And then we decided we would just do radio. So here I am on the radio.
So here you are on the radio.
Yeah, and not on the home show. But that's okay. Because I still like to go once in a while and look around and see what's out there.
Yeah.
I think that it just wore me out doing the home show.
It is, especially for your big, Meek's always put on a huge booth out there, and several others, of course. But it takes a lot of time and a lot of work. So
it does. And Paul and I always worked we always did the home show. We always worked the whole show. Mm-hmm. We didn't expect any of our employees to come in and work it because it's during the weekend. It's long hours. Mm-hmm. You're on concrete and all that.
Yeah.
And I think Paul just got too old to do them anymore. So I just said, okay with me. I'll just do radio instead. So that's kind of how that evolved. But it is great to go out there and check things out and look around. And it is a fun place to find out what new products are available. Sometimes things change so rapidly it's hard to keep up.
They do.
And if it's not something that you're in tune with every day, then things can change pretty quickly on you. And so if you're looking at building a house or remodeling an existing house or something, I always recommend people to go out there, because before you spend money on something and then you find something you like better later, it's just easier to find what's available and then make your decision. Mm-hmm. So I think that's great you ladies are going to be there, and so I hope all of our listeners will go out there and say hi to you guys, and maybe they'll tell you they heard you on the radio today, and that prompted them to come by and visit with you guys. So that'd be great.
Love to see them.
Absolutely. So will both of you be there during the whole show? You work the whole show?
We do.
Yeah. Well, it can be very fun. It can be very exhausting, though. So hats off to you for still doing that.
I enjoy it.
You never know. You might see Mark and his happy face out there.
Actually, no, you won't.
Okay.
No, because
not this time.
I've already been told that we're going to be in St. Louis that weekend.
Oh.
So, yeah. So there won't be no home show for me this year.
Well, okay. I tried.
Unfortunately. But I always love to go,
Yeah.
And like you say, Mary, the things evolve so quick. It's just from year to year. It's just amazing at the new technology that there is out there. And, not only on construction materials, we're talking appliances, window coverings, floor coverings. It just amazes me, and it's a good place to go to keep up on all that. Mm-hmm. One of the things I used to enjoy doing when I worked for Herman Lumber, I would go to Indianapolis twice a year as a buyer for all 10 or 11 stores at the big Do It Best show out there.
Yeah.
And man, it just amazed me at the stuff that I would run onto. I'm like, I've been doing this stuff for years, but I didn't know this existed, or I'd never seen anything like this, and it's really cool. So, whether you work for a company that where you have the opportunity to do that like I did, or if you just have an opportunity to go to something like that, go, because it's an educational process, let me tell you.
It sure is. And I was wanting to ask you, we've talked a lot about window coverings and blinds and all that type of thing. As far as draperies and curtains and that type of thing, are people still doing a lot with draperies, or are they mostly, like my house, I don't like a lot of draperies in my house because I like to be able to look out, and I like to have as much open window as I can have. Do you do a lot of custom drapery still? Do a lot of people still want to have some sort of drapery even if they do the blinds?
They do. We're seeing a lot of stationary panels just for decor on the sides and valances and cornices, but just to pop some decor and some color in there.
I see. So it doesn't matter what someone's interested in doing with their windows. You pretty much can cover whatever it is they want to do, and work within their budget. Come to their home, bring samples, measure, install. I'm assuming you install it. Yeah, that wouldn't be good if you said, oh, see, that would happen to me. I'd say, okay, do this, and they'd bring it to me, oh, here you go, and then I'd be installing, and then I would have a shade that wouldn't work again, I'm sure. So it's a complete package with you guys. You come out and you can help someone from, selection to installation to everything. And I think that is something that, customer service, personal service like that, especially in your home, that can be one of your biggest expenses ever. And so if you make a decorator mistake, it can be costly. So I know that usually if I put up curtains somewhere, I just don't think about changing them out very often, which is something that you can do if you have curtains or if you have something, some sort of window covering or something. You can probably change the look of your home or give it a different look or feel just by changing out the window coverings at not a lot of money. It'd be cheaper than buying new furniture and new carpeting and all that kind of stuff, and it would just give you a whole different look for a reasonable amount of money. So, that's something else that people can be thinking about if they're just wanting to change up their home. Sometimes I get a little bored and I'm thinking, oh, what do I want to do? And then I usually just don't do anything. I just go outside or something and then I'll have to look at it. But, once in a while you just like to change up the look of your home without spending thousands of dollars to do it. And I hadn't thought about that until just now when you guys came on. But just changing window coverings could completely change the look of your home.
Absolutely. Do you guys do shutters also?
We do.
Yes.
Exterior shutters or just interior? Okay. That would be something that would definitely change the look of the interior of your house.
It would.
Shutters.
It's fine furniture for your windows. The most insulating product you can put on them.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I really like the look of shutters inside in certain instances. I think they give it a really neat look. So that's interesting.
We have brought on a new line. It's not a new line, but Budget Blinds has brought them on. That actually is included in our exclusive 5-year no questions asked warranty, which is before the manufacturer's warranty. Budget Blinds offers 5 years. Even if the cat destroys them, we'll repair or replace each blind one time in the first 5 years, and that's an exclusive warranty for Budget Blinds.
Oh my goodness, that's great.
Yeah.
I tell you, if the cat destroyed it, it's your cat, it's your problem.
No questions asked.
If cat destroys dead cat.
Yeah, there you go. That's probably what would happen.
Yeah.
So why don't you give out your number and your information? We're about to run out of time. It's unbelievable that we're about out of time already. But give out your contact information again so people can write it down, and if they're interested, to give you guys a call.
Okay, our phone number is 417-823-3940, and you can also visit our website, which is www.budgetblinds.com. And again, you'll have to go to the top right and enter in your zip code, and you can contact us through that number. And we'll come out for a free in-home consultation.
Now, do you guys have a showroom?
At this point, no, but we work out of Linda's home. But if you want to call ahead and schedule a time to stop by and view what she has in her house, feel free to do so.
Okay. Will Linda have coffee and cake?
Coffee and pie or
pie
something?
or
She's been known to.
Yes.
Yeah,
She's been known. There you go.
She used to own a restaurant, so she knows how to cook.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing. 10 seconds. So, our time's about gone. What are you doing this weekend?
It is. Well, I haven't decided yet.
Well, that's kind of a good thing, maybe.
For sure. My husband's home today, so he's working on a few projects around the house that we need to get done. So
Oh.
we'll see.
All right.
Yeah.
There you go. So, well, it's been a quick hour.
It has.
But we will be back next week.
We will. Next Friday.
That's right. For 10 to 11 right here on AM 560 KWTO.